So Alshon, you get the news. It's the most. It's not shocking at all. We've been talking about it for a while. He's going to be released as soon as the new league year is open. My question to you, Tom, and the fam at home: how will you remember Alshon Jeffrey? Like 5, 10 years from now, say your kids, say Cass asks you, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, who was Alshon? How will you remember him and how will you describe him to Eagles fans down the line? Because I think it could really change depending on who you ask.
See, now it's over, right?
Yes.
So being it's over, I can reflect.
Yep.
And the minute I have a chance to reflect, it's going to be how he changed the direction of this organization, valuing, spending money to get their quarterback a legit number one wide receiver. Okay. And what I witnessed in 2017 was a game changer. And I'll never forget that. All right. So there's no grudges if I think he's the rat and I think this, I don't care about any of that. What I'll tell him is how you'll never believe how south it went after. Like, I couldn't explain to you, Cass, how south, not only that player, injuries, etc., how like we were just cursed after.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I remember everything. But all them dudes that were all part of that run, that were huge, impactful dudes, I fucking love. Like, I crush Malcolm. I love Malcolm, right? So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, I love these guys for what they did. So I'm not the hater of like, oh, well, he stunk the last exit. No, I remember what he did. Now that he's gone, I can reflect and be rational.
Yeah, I'm proud of a lot of the fam. I mean, there's no right answer. Like, it's an opinion thing, but like a lot of the fam, I'm glad they're talking about like the good things. And I'm not saying everybody on the Super Bowl team needs to be celebrated. Not that at all. If bad things happen after the Super Bowl, which a lot of things with Alshon, it went south to your point, then if people remember, let's say the drop in the 2018 playoffs against the Saints, fine. If they're remembering about the locker room issues to where, I know we've talked about this a lot of time. You and I aren't really even 100% certain he was even that guy, that, the snitch, quote unquote. To me, I will never forget where I was when we found out Alshon was coming here. Because remember, it was between, a little pop quiz for you, Tom. And if you don't remember him, it's not anybody's fault because this guy ended up not panning out where he went. It was Alshon Jeffrey and one other name as far as big-time wide receivers that we were looking at. Do you remember the other guy? He was formerly of the Browns in 2017.
Oh, Josh Gordon.
No, it's a good Terrell Pryor.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yep.
And he ended up going to Washington, and he fell off immediately. And the whole thing of, hey, I wanted to come here because Wentz is legit. I want to stay here for a long time. Him guaranteeing a Super Bowl like 2 weeks into him being here. And I'll tell you what, there's very little certainties in life, but one of those certainties is seeing Alshon in the end zone every Sunday. You knew, hey, turn on the Eagles game. We knew we're seeing Alshon Jeffrey with a touchdown pass or a touchdown catch.
Listen,
we knew.
Injuries. It's so sad the injuries caught him, but, thank God we got the Super Bowl because without him, we're not winning the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of guys.
Hurt too. It hurt. Jordan Labrum.
Yeah. Yeah. And to do that. And then, I mean, I get the drop in 2018, but, then the injuries just were unbelievable after that.
Mm-hmm. As much as they were kind of painted against each other, right? I think when you look 5-10 years down the line, I think the two most underappreciated players from that 17 Super Bowl, right? Especially in comparisons to the, Foles, Brandon Graham, Barnett, Blunt. I can go on a list of, 100 different guys that people talk. Jason Kelsey, guys that are kind of the poster boys for that championship, right? I think the two guys that will be kind of the forgotten ones as far as their value in the success of that season will be Carson Wentz and Alshon Jeffrey. Just based off of how bad everything was after that year. for all of the different reasons.
I mean, listen, one guy was walking one guy into an MVP award.
Yep.
And a big part of walking him into it. I mean, that offense was loaded. I mean, that offense had ALSHON Jeffrey, Nelson Aguilar, Zach Ertz, okay, a great offensive line, Carson Wentz. That offense was goddamn loaded, and a running game.
Mm-hmm.
And when they needed more of a running game, they went out and got it. I mean, listen, that's why Howie Roseman gets a ton of credit for that year. Mm-hmm. Everything they needed to do, he went out and did and addressed it, and they went and won it. Now, can you do it again? Can you do it again?
And
a lot of them picks were rollovers from Andy Reid.
Yeah.
Or Chip Kelly. So can you do it again? And it starts this year.